The Betway SA20 Auction, some of the biggest names in cricket, both today and of former days. One of them, of course, my biggest hero from school days onwards, it is Jacques Kallis, who has now joined Sandile and I.
Yes, the legend himself, Mr. Cricket himself. It's great to have you, Jacques.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a fun day, isn't it?
Jacques, it is. There's a lot of fanfare. So main thing I want to ask you is, I think you had the best career in that you went into cricket when it was fully professional. You got the first sort of taste of IPL, T20 exposure, that kind of stuff. I mean, do you feel like you had the best era?
I think these guys have got it good now, to be honest, with the amount of money that they're earning in that. But certainly from a cricketing era, yeah, for sure. Had some fun in our time, caught the start of IPL. I was fortunate enough to make a little bit of cash there now, but nothing like the guys are making today. And to be fair, they deserve every cent that they get. The guys, putting on a show these days. I think the standard of white ball cricket has really improved, and it's really exciting for people to watch.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look from when you retired, essentially, although in my mind you never retired because there's highlights packages all over the world, and I'm still pushing for the Jacques Kallis stand at Newlands. I will die on that hill. But I mean, the guys, as you say, the guys really do work so hard for it. And, a tournament like this, is it fair to say that the guys, actually, like the young guys coming through in particular, like a little bit of coaching from the older guys is so essential just for how they manage energy, expectations, all that kind of stuff, playing against the big crowds? How big is that sort of mentorship thing?
100% agree with you. If I think back to my career, some of the most and best lessons that I learned were from ex-players. And I had some magnificent players in that change room, which you chew the air off and learn as much as you can. And in this, format where you've got overseas coaches, you've got overseas players, young guys coming in that perhaps haven't been in that change room before, it's just like a rag for them. Absorb everything, learn as much as you can from these older guys and older coaches. Get an opportunity to play in front of full stadiums. What more would a young guy want? Yeah. And I think we've seen in other competitions around the world, and particularly the IPL, where young guys have come through, and we see where Indian cricket is now today, and it's certainly that IPL has played a massive role in these kids coming through quicker and playing for the country sooner and producing good sooner for the country, which at the end of the day, just bodes well for your national side.
Jacques, I had to ask because, me and Ben always debate this matter about the formats, the different formats. Have you started warming up to the new formats of the game, the T20s, etc.? Have you warmed up, or are you like us traditional old school guys?
Yeah, look, I caught it to the back end of my career, and perhaps it wasn't as serious when it first started when we were playing. So you didn't spend that much time working on it now, but boy, has that changed.
Yeah.
Now it's almost a forerunner of cricket. Yeah. But I still do believe that Test cricket must be driven and must be there. It is, for me, the best format. And as long as the players keep on driving that, which I think is really important, and they do. Yeah. Test cricket is still the ultimate format, but this T20 is fun. It's brought new audiences. The players enjoy it. Everybody loves watching it. It's brought in the cash. So, yeah, I'm all for it.
But I think it's one of those things where they can totally exist together. We see it like hybridizing in a variety of other sports now. The skill sets that the T20 guys are going, and to your point, how youngsters are developing, the skill sets and the confidence to try these things on big stages definitely help in a place like SA20. So when they do get a test call up or they are playing in the bigger things, the guys are going to try stuff, right?
Definitely. The young guys now are fearless, and they sort of feel like they belong from a young age, which is great, and which is what you want. And we've already seen it in our one day stuff and the white ball stuff, how this tournament has helped our young players come through, and we're producing massive names when they're youngsters. So long may it continue, and I really do. A while back, I think people weren't too positive about South African cricket.
Yeah.
And I think this tournament has really turned their mindset around, and these youngsters are showcasing what talent they've got and producing the goods, at times when the pressure's on, which is fantastic for South African cricket.
Yeah, I mean, every sport's competitive, right? You got to have the hooks, you got to have the edge. Last thing I want to ask you quickly is, people talk about T20 crickets, they talk about evolving innovations in the game, that kind of stuff. You are always, in my opinion, so traditionally, fundamentally sound. You could play any format because good cricket's still good cricket. Is that something that people might lose sight of when they want to get into these teams? It's like, training for certain things, not traditional things.
Yeah, I always compare it to babies. Babies still in the modern day time, they still crawl before they walk. Yeah. And I still believe you've got to have half decent technique to to be able to expand and play these type of shots. And yes, there is still a role for your traditionalist batter to bat in T20 cricket. Not every ball is being smacked out the ground. You still need one or two guys who you bat around, and the rest of the guys can give it a smack. But there's definitely place for your old traditional player that can play a big role. Yes, sure, your guys that are aggressive probably win you, the game on their own, but your traditionalists sort of manage the tournament and help you through the way of the tournament and get you out of tough situations, which is going to happen in this format.
I just wanted to ask the last question from my end. Are there any players that you're excited to watch about in this tournament? We saw Deval Brevis come in at an under 23 age, being so super exciting for at a national level and on a local level. Is there anybody you're watching for? Anybody you're excited to watch throughout the tournament?
Look, obviously Brevis has now come through, and we know it's been a long time coming. The guys have been waiting for him to come through. So I think he'll try and stamp his authority on the tournament. Leandre Pretorius, I think he's been a find of last season. So I'm excited to see if he continues. How he started last year, because sometimes season 2 is tougher than season 1 because the guys get to know you. Excited to see, the usual names, you kind of know what you're going to get from them. So that's it. But all these new guys, and I'm excited for a new name to come through. Yeah. Hopefully it's someone that we don't know yet and comes and does what these guys have done.
100%.
Yeah, final question. Jacques, what would be the average age of a sports fan that asks you for a photo still to this day?
Yeah, I still get it a little bit.
Oh, come on, it'll be someone.
Incredibly modest.
I mean, as soon as we stop here, Sadila's going to be like this with you.
Definitely I'm going to ask for the photo after this.
No, but it was fun while I had my time, and it's nice to watch these young guys come through and produce what they do, and exciting. And like I said, I look back with my career with a lot of pride and joy and thankfulness to be able to have traveled the world, meet people, make friends, doing a job that I loved.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, look, I mean, there are so many interesting people here right now. As this auction is hotting up, we're getting a whole bunch of guys that are maybe going unsold. They're going to come back for the express round. So we're going to get back into that and see a couple of these teams still trying to pick up a bit of a bargain.
Yeah.
I mean, you pay for what you get in life, but some of these guys are actually slipping through the cracks here. So as you know, they've all got the allocated money. They've all got the spots to fill. Now it gets really frenetic on the auction front.
To watch this full episode, click here. To watch previous episodes of the On The Bounce Show, click here, or catch us every Thursday on the Real Network from 4 p.m. SA time.